Hey, everybody, welcome to another edition of the America Guns and Freedom podcast with your host, me, the Yankee Marshal. Today, as always, it's just an open chat. It's a conversation between me and my viewers. You all come up with the topics. That really makes it a lot easier for me if I don't got to think of things to say. So feel free to ask me whatever question you want to ask, suggest whatever topic you want to suggest. Doesn't have to be gun related. We talk about cars, comics, cryptids, everything else in here. Any manly man stuff you can think of. So go ahead, ask away, suggest away. I will try to address everything. If there's a technical question I can't answer about guns, cars, whatever, make sure you pay attention to the comments over here, the live chat, because someone in there will know the answer. I bet you. So pay attention over there, participate over there, build some camaraderie. One of the reasons we do this every day is so that everyone has a place to come every day for at least an hour and blow off some steam and talk with like-minded individuals about common interests, maybe even, discuss things you disagree on. So you might change your mind or change someone else's mind. That's always a positive thing as far as I'm concerned. So feel free, like I said, to ask whatever you want. I'll do my best. Now, normally I start the chat by, reading what people have ordered merchandise over the last 24 hours, but we didn't have any today. So I will just move straight to my little spiel. If you want to help out the program or the programs we run, you can go over to TYMPPistolProject.com, TYMPPistolProject.com. And over there, there's links to my Shopify store where you can buy merch. This is not my shirt. This is my hat, though, that's over there. You can buy this hat, this shirt with this design on it, all kinds of other designs, too. And all the funds go to help support TYMPPP. So, and if you're a TYMPPP recipient for this month, check your email. You should be getting it tonight or tomorrow. We finally got enough people voting. So you will have 10 days to respond, and then we will send out your items. Unless everybody responds before 10 days, we'll respond either once we got all 4 people responding or 10 days has passed. So weigh in as quickly as possible. Once you get the email, respond directly to the email. But over at TYMPPP, like I said, you can sign up for TYMPPP to be a beneficiary. You can go buy merchandise, like the hat, or you can join Patreon. And right now, if you join Patreon, every day we're holding a drawing for the new members, and one of them gets to win a knife of their choice from our cold steel collection we got donated. So all new knives ready to go. Spartans, 8010s, all kinds of them over there. The Tanto, the Warcraft Tanto, that's my favorite. So go over, become a patron, help support the Pets and Vets program, potentially save the life of a pet in need, and maybe win something nice. If you'd have joined yesterday, up until 3 o'clock today, you would have won a knife because no one else joined. So there's been several days where no one wins because no one joined. And then if you don't win the day you sign up, you're still in the secondary drawing that we do every day for people who joined since the beginning. We try to do those every day. I forget sometimes, and we'll make up for it at the end. But so you're never out of the running. You can also join Subscribe Star over there if you want to and support TYMPPP or Pets and Vets, depending on which tier you choose. But let's get over to the chat and let's see what's coming in over here. Derek Moritz just donated and got entries into the stock drawing because we're giving away the stock, the Marvin the Martian Custom 1022. If you want to get registered for that, go on over to my website, TYMPPistolProject.com. It's one of a kind, and once it's gone, it's gone. I will make some different ones eventually, but that one's done. Dale Rickety chimed in, said, I still got nothing, but at least he's alive. We can tell here now. John Heasley chimed in. He says he wants to win a knife. He's already won 2 knives. He likes to win stuff. He's won 2 already. John M. Mandrick chimed in and said, any truth to the internet rumor that Phil is considering resurrecting Gary as punishment for missed tithes? I honestly don't know if Gary has the ability to resurrect people, but I sure hope not, because that would be horrible. Gary's dead. He needs to stay dead. He was a blight on humanity, and he needs to remain dead. Sorry, it's just the way it is. Just how it is. Boom, 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 boom. Let's see here. After Johnny Mandrick, we got Sean Bain chiming in, paying his $2 tithe to Phil. Remember, paying your $2 tithe to Phil is the most surefire way to keep yourself from getting Lyme disease. Number one cause of Lyme disease in this country is pissing off Phil. And how easy is it to avoid it? By paying your $2 tithe. If everybody in here paid their tithe, Lyme disease would drop dramatically in this country. He uses it for the Pets and Vets program. So, if your FFL, if you fire a Kel-Tec so that it works, shoots more than 200 rounds without any issues, is it still a Kel-Tec? If you fix a Kel-Tec to where it works and actually fires more than 200 rounds, is it still a Kel-Tec? I don't think it would be. You'd have to replace a lot of stuff. I think by the time it'd be one of those, it's more whatever you replace. It's kind of like my tit sauce BR9 or whatever it is that I got. Is it really still a tit sauce? Because since I changed everything except for the frame, the slide, barrel, and sights, every internal part on that gun is different now. It's browning now. So is it still a tit sauce? I don't know, but it works now. It didn't work when it was a tit sauce. Let's see here. That was Sean Bain, a member of Team Beatus. Paul Bidenbach. Told you I'm having a weird day today. Do not favor the death penalty. That aside, firing squad as a nationwide option can be decided in the courts. Should have a decision sometime about 2050. Yeah, it would take a while. I think that should be a state issue, to be honest. I don't think it violates anybody's civil rights, does it? I mean, how would that be a civil rights violation? I don't get it. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe. But that was Paul Bidenbach. Kevin Payton paid his $2 tithe to Phil and said, "Hail Phil, did you get the shooting systems to check out the SIG Legion X carry?" No, because as we dropped my car off this morning, we get a call from my son saying, "I just got a call from the refrigerator repairman. He's going to be here in 20 minutes." So we had to rush home because I'd forgotten today was also the day. You know, the one time I actually leave early in the morning, I wanted to stop at McDonald's too and get breakfast and then go to Sporting Systems. But the one time we have to go town early is the day the repairman shows up at 9 a.m. Usually they'd say, "We'll be there between 9 and 2, and they'd get there 2:45. But they said 9 and 2, and the day I leave the house during 9 and 2, they get there at 9 o'clock. So didn't get to get anywhere. Didn't even get to get my egg McMuffin, bacon egg McMuffin, or a bacon egg cheese biscuit and sausage egg McMuffin. I didn't get to get either of them. And I usually get both of those, one of both, one of each, I should say. But didn't. So I did not get to go there. I didn't even know they had one, but hopefully next time. Officer Tater Hater also paid his tithe to Phil and said, if you had no choice but to go to bear country with a 357 Magnum, what barrel length and what pew would you choose to take with you? Oh, I would take my 4-inch Colt Python. It's the most accurate shooter I think I got a bunch because it's got the really, really nice trigger. Well, maybe my Korth might have a better trigger, but I'd probably still take my Python 4-inch barrel. I mean, it's going to be plenty. Bears can be killed with 357 Magnum. If you ever go up to Alaska, there's a bear museum, and I want to say it's Wrangell. It's not Ketchikan. It's not Juneau. It's not Anchorage. I think it's in Wrangell. And they list all the bear kills that have happened in the state since they started keeping track of it. And you can go through year by year, and not only does it say the bear and the size of the bear that was killed, it says what type of firearm they killed the bear with. And the one that keeps popping up time and time and time again is 45 ACP 1911. Good close shot in the face with a 45 is not nothing to laugh at, even if you're a bear. Let's see here. Stephen Elbert chimed in here and says, going to check out a Zastiva. I never have known how to pronounce that really. 357 tomorrow. You ever shot one? Got my suspicions, but what do you guys think is causing the rise in allergies, processed foods, or natural progression? I don't know that there is a rise in allergies. I haven't seen any clinical studies showing there's a rise in allergies. Now, I do know that there's been a rise in people experiencing earlier and earlier springs and summers and having longer spring and summer seasons because of climate change. So people could probably experience more symptoms and more severe because there's been more and more pollen in the air. But I haven't seen that there's actually more people with allergies. So I just can't really address it because I haven't seen anything that would suggest that. But as far as the Zastava, no, I haven't. Let us know what it's like if you get one. Pictures, everything. I want to see pictures. KCC Rat says, the doctor changed his mind a few times. It got him canceled. The doctor changed his mind a few times. It got him canceled. What is that regarding? What were we talking about? I don't remember what we were talking about. What? See, people, you got to put context because I'm not going to remember what we're fucking talking about. I got no clue what that's about. Does anybody in the live chat got a clue what that's about? Send me an email if you know what that's about. Or KCC Wright, send me an email and tell me what that was about. Because I'm not following. Then we got one last person weighing in here before we move on to the emails. Hopefully one from KCC Wright too. What is everyone's favorite bird hunting dog and why? I want to win the stock. He got a lot of donations, interest into the stock with that. Multiples. I don't really have a favorite bird dog. I don't bird hunt. I mean, I was a bow hunter. You don't hunt a lot of bird with bow, although you can. I have hunted pheasant with bow before, and we actually, most of us got one. You know, they're not the fastest birds in the world. And makes it cleaning them easy. Much easier than when you shoot them with a buckshot, or not buckshot, bird shot. If you shoot buckshot, it's going to be really easy to clean them. You're not going to have to worry about it. But it's like one of my great shames to this day is one of the few times I ever went hunting with a rifle. We were in the trees out on my grandfather's property, and they convinced me to go. I didn't want to go. And I'm sitting there, but a deer walks up, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to get him. He's not far away. He's like 40 yards away. I got a high-powered rifle. That deer's toast. And right as I go to level my rifle, a squirrel on a branch right here just goes, and the deer takes off. And I was mad, and I whirled my gun around at the squirrel like, you little bat, and I accidentally shot him. And I'm saying accidentally, even though I don't know if it was an accident. And it didn't leave much of him. And that's one of my great shames to this day. I'm like, I felt bad about that. And that's why I'm like, I'm not going to hunt with a rifle no more. I got too itchy of trigger finger. Too hot a temper. Because I felt bad about that. Horribly bad about that. Killing a poor little squirrel. Did a lot of mean things in my youth that I feel bad about now. There's things that still to this day, I sometimes will be just sitting here and just go, ugh, they can't believe I did that. What kind of horrible asshole was I? I think we all have those moments. All right, let's get to the emails. Have you made a time for Timer t-shirt? He hankers for a hunk of cheese. I don't have one of those t-shirts. I don't want, I hated those commercials. The hanker for a hunk of cheese. I hate that commercial. Never liked it. When your 10-gallon hat is filling 10 gallons flat. That haunts my childhood memories. What's the other one he did? I'm forgetting the other one. I'm blanking on the other one. That same guy did another one. The same little creature. The evil little monster. And I don't like cheese. And when he talks about making like a fruit or vegetable salad dish or something, I forget what one was that one. All right, let me get back over to the emails because I am blanking on that. Share screen, Winder. We got a picture here from Jude Resignola, who sent pictures of his Beretta 92 Inox, and his was made several years ago, so his is actually Inox. It's not just Cerakoted silver. Then we got another. Did that show? Did I show that? I think I did. We got another one here from Boop. This is from Nate J. He said Ozzy got his wings. Oh, he's got his wings. Is your puppy named Ozzy? Is it after Ozzy Osbourne? Because wouldn't Ozzy Osbourne go to hell if there was really a hell? Wasn't he the Prince of Darkness? I don't think you'd go to heaven if you're Prince of Darkness, do you? Lucky for him, I don't think there's a heaven or a hell, but if they did. KCC Wright says, that comment was in reference to your intro when you said change somebody's mind. The doctor from Doctor Who changes by means of regeneration into new actors. Recently, DEI caused enough unpopular changes to get the show canceled. Oh, yeah, well, they're like, hey, it's got to be a woman, and now he's going to be a black woman or a black guy or whatever. I'm like, he's an old English dude. Don't go off character. I never saw any of the episodes where he was a woman. I don't mind if there's a black doctor. I mean, there's black Englishman, as long as he's English. But out of the woman, I don't want a female doctor. I just don't want that. So it's not because I'm sexist. It's just because that's not Doctor Who. Maybe they could introduce another character, like another Time Lord, maybe that shows up out of the ether, like, oh, look, I'm another Time Lord, and I'm getting a spinoff. And my name's, I don't know, Susan, Dr. Susan or something. I don't know. But, yeah, I don't like Doctor Who being a woman. And it isn't about racism. It's just, or sexism. It's just, it's not true to the character. I grew up with the character. Create new characters. They're like, oh, people of color and other things don't feel included because most of the characters have been, well, make new characters. Make new shows. Make as many of them black, Asian, female, transgender, whatever. I don't care if they're all those things. A black, female, transgender, lesbian with one leg and an eye patch. Fine with me. New character. And if it's an interesting character, I'll watch. If it's not, if it's just there for the gratuity, gratuitously there so that there's representation of that, well, then I'm not going to watch because you didn't do it in a good way. But stop changing characters. Create new characters. Whatever happened to that? Now, there was a time before Superman. There was a time before Doctor Who, and someone created them. Create something new. Quit messing with other people's creations. It'd be like me going into the Louvre and saying, I don't like Mona Lisa's smile. I'm going to change it a little bit. Yeah, I don't think it's inclusive. It's insulting to people with manic depression. Whatever. I'm just like, fuck it. That was a little rant about nothing. All right. Well, at least he justified what he's talking about because it didn't make sense. I still can't tie that to what he was saying. To what he said in his super chat. Doctor Who changed his mind a few times. It got him canceled. Yeah, I don't get that. He was stretching there. All right, we got one more email here, and it's from Audidon2. And he says, have you heard of, I believe, Air Force person who was shot by his P-320 and died? Supposedly the gun went off by itself. more bull, or could this one be real? Just more bull. Why only the 320? Why don't we hear this from other manufacturers? Because no one picks up the story when other people do it. I guarantee you 3 or 4 other people in this country today killed somebody or themselves or injured themselves and claimed the gun just went off on its own, because almost every investigation that you'll ever see into negligent discharges in the military or in law enforcement, the people will claim it went off on its own, no matter what gun it is. And that's never the case. So it's just more bullshit. People were saying, the Air Force dropped the gun. No, they didn't. One base commander said that he doesn't want anybody handling him until he can figure out what happened, because apparently someone claimed that the gun went off. Well, first it was people on the internet were claiming that it went off while it was just sitting on a table. Then the story I read said it went off as he was removing it from his holster to put it on the table, which I'm like, that makes more sense. He's handling his gun and it went off. Didn't go off in a holster. So that's bullshit. And the reason you don't hear it from other manufacturers is because you don't have talking heads being paid to promote that. Right now, you're having talking heads paid to promote that idea. Some of them are your favorite gun channels, and they're not above taking Bloomberg money laundered through their advertising groups. Let's see here. Where were we? That's all of the emails, and we're all caught up on the supers. So let's get over to the regular. Oh, wait, I think we got one more over here. Jeffrey Vaughn, I think, paid his $2 tithe to Phil. Silencer Co. released the Maxim 50, a muzzle loader with a permanent attached silencer. It wasn't an NFA idea because muzzle loaders aren't firearms. I never saw the Maxim 50. I don't think I've ever seen it. Think the pre-1899 antiques non-firearm could apply? I don't know. I don't think muzzle loaders are covered in things like that. So if it's not a firearm, you're not putting a device on a firearm to lessen the noise or anything to make it quieter. So they'd be like, okay, I'm putting a silencer on my car. I don't think there's any rules against making things quiet as long as they're not firearms. It's odd that firearms are like the only thing in society that it's against the law to make quieter. Dishwashers, it's great when you make them quieter. Cars, they make it laws that you got to make them quieter. Motorcycles, same thing. Guns, if you make them quieter, you're a felon. I don't understand that whole thing. Let's see here. Let's get back to the questions. That was the last of the super chats. Let's get over here. Is Doctor Who? I read that. If Doctor Who rocks, is he possibly autistic? This from Welper. Talk about pot and kettle. Have you shot the Tomcat with the Fort Scott yet? No. I've been out of the range multiple times. I haven't shot the Tomcat. I just forget to put it in my range bag because I ain't coming back up for it. So I need to put it in my range bag tonight. I'm going to try to make a mental note. Put the Tomcat in the range bag. Put the Tomcat in the range bag. Of course, with my mental note, that changes quickly from put the Tomcat in the range bag to Tom Petty sung Drag My Heart Around. Listen to Tom Petty singing Drag My Heart Around. It morphs too easy in my head. We do have a couple super chats over here I need to get to. It's from Jacob Neath. If a guy is staring at you in a bar, what you do? I don't know. Is he flirting? Well, I'm married, but I'm still going to be flattered. Maybe give him are you going to get free drinks out of it? Well, in my case, it'd just be sodas. But if you're going to get free drinks out of it, I say stare back. Let them know you're, not so far as let them know that you're actually going to do anything, but it's a possibility. Keep the door open. Free drinks are free drinks. You might even get some appetizers out of it. But don't be a total tease. If you're going to go for the appetizers, at least do hand stuff in the bathroom or something. Because that's the least you can do. Because if you don't, you're kind of a whore. You're like a barfly. You're a tease. That's worse than a whore. You don't want to be a tease barfly. That's bad for business. All right, let's get back over here to the questions. Best advice for someone who never shot before and has too much pride to ask for help, because asking three boys at the range showed up, had no experience, and walked away. Calls. Well, my biggest advice to people who don't want to ask for help is, well, don't. YouTube is a wonderful tool. The internet is a wonderful tool. You can see detailed illustrations and demonstrations of how to hold a gun, how to fire a gun, what safety measures to take. It's all right there. Every bit of information you could have. And you don't even have to read it. You can have it read to you basically by somebody. So everybody has access to education. And then once you get enough education that you feel comfortable with the firearm, go out and put that education to use. You don't have to involve somebody else. Some of the best shots in the world are self-taught. So hell, that one Olympics guy was self-taught. He was good. So I say just use the tools at your disposal, the internet. Guns are not that hard to figure out. It's pretty easy. The end with the hole in it goes towards the bad guys or the targets. And you fire it by pulling the trigger. They're pretty much all the same on that. They're not real difficult. It doesn't take a degree in rocket science to do anything. I got an email coming in here. Just found this in today's emails. SIG P320 prohibited at gun site. I don't give two fucks. To me, that just makes me think this person is either very bad at math or got a little payout to make some bad press, because I know for a fact there's payouts going around for bad press. It's part of the same campaign they used to get rid of the Saturday night specials. Saturday night specials weren't extraordinarily dangerous. The people in power just didn't want people having them. And so they went about bankrupting the companies that made them through frivolous lawsuits, fake stories in the media, etc. And they managed to run them out of business. And now Bloomberg has brought that back along with Giffords, etc. They all team together to bring that back, but to do it through social media. And they're more than happy to launder money through big advertising companies that fund the gun channels to start to try to bankrupt one company at a time. After SIG, if they succeed, they'll move on to something else. They want people not buying their products. They want to either bankrupt them through lawsuits. If they can't do that, they want to cut their sales to where they can't survive in this country. They want them to go back to Germany, stop American production. That'll be a win for them. And these people that jump onto, everybody out there should be saying, well, that's an extraordinary claim until I see proof a gun went off in a holster without anybody touching it or without anybody pulling the trigger. If it's always circumstances like it was in a backpack and it was not in a holster, or if it was wrapped in a towel, not in a holster, if it was someone taking it out of their waistband and putting it on a table when it went up, then they probably pulled the trigger. Until I see evidence that would support an extraordinary claim, I'm not going to believe it. But people don't. You pay the right people to repeat it, and everybody will take it as gospel because of their hero worship. So it's ridiculous. It's like when some certain people in the news, if they say something, everybody believes it. If Joy Reid says something, a certain group of people believe it. If Rachel Maddow says something, a certain group of people believe it. If Tucker Carlson says something, a certain group of people believe it. Even what's his face? What was his name? I forget his name right now. The guy that got sued out of existence by the Sandy Hook people. Want to get all red-faced and tell you they're putting stuff in the water to make you gay and then sell you water filters. Alex Jones. There are certain people that anything he said, they believe it. There's people that anything Trump says, they'll believe it, even though they know he's a liar and he lies constantly. He doesn't even try to hide it. But they'll believe him on everything. People need to quit being like that. Where was I? Jim Rawls. Who's Jim Rawls? Have you seen the Colt King Cobra 22 3-inch? Looks fabulous. I haven't seen it. I'm not a 22 fan. I know there's a lot of people out there that love 22s, and I always say I'm eventually going to get a 22 revolver. We got a 22. It belongs to my son. It was his grandfather's. It's right there. We got one of the Rugers. It's 22 Magnum and 22 long rifle. But I keep saying I'm going to get a double action 22 pistol. It just never when I have the money do I want to waste it on that. I want something better, or in my opinion, better. So I don't really do it. But I haven't seen them yet. I should check them out. If you want him, they were asked if they know how to shoot, and they all said no. They were willing to help as much as they can, but they just walked. Well, a lot of people really don't want to talk to people at a gun range. I don't want to talk to people at a gun range. Don't know you. Don't talk to me. Taking my boy shooting tomorrow, 20 gauge and 22 single action. How often should I be cleaning that 22? After every time you take it out, shoot it. Pretty easy. Have you made a time for time? I don't know what that. But that's the hunk of cheese thing we were talking about. Jacob Stevenson, what is going on with Sig Sauer? A USF pilot was killed by his gun. Oh no, he was killed. He probably killed himself accidentally or on purpose, maybe even. But no evidence yet that the gun killed anybody. What is? I read that. I already answered that. Where are we? Only weird people don't like cheese. That's not true because I don't like cheese. Now you'll be singing the hankering for a hunk of cheese all night long. No, I won't. That one, not even that one. I won't do it. They need to break down the bear shootings to how many shots with each caliber and how many were effective in killing a bear. Idiot emptied a Glock 10 millimeter into a brown bear and got mauled. He's probably shooting like into the shoulders and hips. You ain't going to take them down doing that. Aim for the collarbone or the eye. From the front, right where the neck and the collarbone come together, shoot through there, or if you take them in the eye, get them in the eye if they're close. But don't be shooting bears. Probably more of a chance of getting mauled if you shoot a bear than if you don't. Where was I at? Which is better, 9mm, 38 Super 9mm? It speaks English. Any chance the cat treat design could be put on one of those vagabond tumblers? Send me an email to shootingleftofcenter@gmail.com. Tell me what design you want. I'll make it. Email it back to you. The last person who went through Welper and everything and asked me to make some magnets, and I made them, has still not ordered them. So don't ask me to take my time out of my day to go make shit if you ain't going to order it. I'm not talking to the guy asking now. I'm talking to other people because they ain't ordered them. I made them for them. I went out of my way, made 2 little magnets that I'm going to make about $4 total if they buy both of them. And they didn't buy it. So it's not the money. It's the principle that I took time out of my day for money that ain't worth it. And then they still don't buy them. So that irritates the shit out of me. But if you send me an email, I used to just do it when people ask for them, but then I'm like, I got no way of letting them know or holding them accountable when they don't buy it. So if you feel secure enough that you're going to buy it, send me an email and tell me what to put on it. I mean, this takes time out of my day for like $5, but I want people to be able to get what they want. So I have no problem making it as long as people will actually buy it. If Chiappa Rhino made a 38 Super revolver, would you buy it? No. Why would they do that? Goes from putting Tomcat in range bag to take the cat to the vet. Yeah, our cats very seldom ever go to the vet. They don't really get sick. We've never had a sick cat. We've taken, like Maisie went when she got bit by a spider. What was that? I just saw something come in there. Was that a question for the chat or was that just a random email? It's not coming up over here, so I don't know. Oh, I don't know. It's just something from our. That's not for the chat. I just saw it out the corner of my eye, and I thought it was something for the chat. So Yankee is a prick tease. No, I said you don't go. If you're going to go to a certain level, you got to do at least hand stuff. Those appetizers weren't free. Those jalapeno poppers. I don't like jalapeno poppers. If you see me in a bar and you want to flirt with me, don't buy me jalapeno poppers. I don't like them. Get me chicken wings. If I'm going to do something gross, I want chicken wings. And I'm not saying that it's gross. It's the way I do it. It's gross. Let's just say that. You know, sex ain't gross or dirty, but it's the way I do it. It is. Don't forget the drawing. I won't. Now, no one trained Danny Oakley, did they? I don't think so. I don't know. Do you have different info? Let's see here. Oh, we're out of time. We're past time. Rachel Maddow has a great haircut. Your 22 revolver has 2 cylinders. Where do you store the other one? It's in the box, the case, in the cabinet in there. All right, that gets us through everything. Let me make sure we're still all caught up with the supers. I do believe we are. No, we got one more came in. Christopher Grove. He said, P&V, pets and vets. P&V. So not really a question, just a statement. But thanks everybody for coming. I appreciate it. We'll do the drawing here in just a second. Let's do that before I close out. All right, the drawing for the Tuft today. And you know, you can either win the Tuft, or if you've already won one of them, you can choose one of the other two. The holdout or the verdict. Otherwise, you get the Tuft, which is, I think I like it. Well, I don't know. I think I maybe like the verdict best. But if I was going to carry it as a pocket knife. I don't know, though. I like the serrated blade of the Tuft. I think it's smaller. But today's winner is... hold on. I got to count. Today's winner is... 40 would be... okay. Let's see. Today's winner is Derek Moritz. Derek Moritz. Yeah, I always say better more its than less. Let me write that down so I don't forget. What's today's date? 23rd, July 25. The Tuft. I don't think he's won before, so I don't know. Maybe he has. Well, he'll let me know, I'm sure, if he won once before. Derek Moritz for the Tuft. Now let's do the drawing for the person who upgraded or joined since we started the program over on for Patreon. July 25 question mark tab. Okay. Now let's go over there. I've got a running list. I can use the list from yesterday because no one joined or upgraded today. Boop. Boom, 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 boom. This month. The winner is. Wait, is this the one from yesterday? Yes, this is the one from yesterday. The winner is Ray. Ray. That's all I got is Ray. I think they joined yesterday, as a matter of fact. So Ray. Let me write that down. Ray is the winner. So get with me, Ray. Anybody that needs to get a knife sent to them, remember, send me an email to shootingleftofcenter@gmail.com. And in the subject line, put knife winner. If you're one of the people that won the daily drawing and you're getting the Tuft, just give me your name and your address. Or if you've already won a Tuft, let me know which one of the other two you'd rather have. Or if you're winning the drawing from being a Patreon member, a new Patreon member, let me know which knife from that picture you want, and then I will send it to you. We just sent out the second set of them yesterday. Well, next ones will probably go out next Monday. So get your info in. If I get enough people putting their info in. Okay, I will get the cat tumbler made, but after I sign off. But like I said, thanks everybody for coming. I appreciate it. I'll see you all again tomorrow. Until then, remember, always carry and stay safe. Till I see you again. I put a little oomph on that tonight. Hey everybody, Yankee here. Before we go, I just want to take a second to remind everyone that this channel is 100% viewer funded. We don't take a penny from advertisers, retailers. We don't take money from political organizations. There's no one telling me what I need to tell you. Everything that we do is done through the generosity of our viewers, either buying merchandise or becoming a patron or a Subscribe Star member. You're all the ones that support Pets and Vets and TYMP. And that's the reason I can stay true to myself and loyal only to the people who watch my channel. And I can spend my time talking about what I want to talk about, telling what I think needs to be said, and giving you my uncensored take on things I think you need to hear. So if you'd like to help keep things that way, please support the channel by becoming a patron, a Subscribe Star supporter, or just going over to my web store and buying some merch. The links are all in the upper corner of this video.